Hello my brothers, this is from Hell, this is again from Hell. Welcome back to the episode of my Minecraft VIVE Ultimate modpack Let's Play. Mm-hmm. Mm. One second, guys. Oh, I... Sorry, guys, I had to respond to something. uh, okay. uh, But despite the motivation, I had no coordination. And I didn't find my way in her heart. I don't know. I'm trying to sing Love Handle, but I'm trying to do the Hebrew lyrics, but translate it into English lyrics. So I don't know if it's even the right version. It's been so long since China first became a place. They are so strong, soon they will enslave the Filipino race, some Viet Cong. And I can hear my people cry. I know a thing or two about Kung Fu, so kiss your ass goodbye. I wanna blow up China, na na. They have sideways vagina, na na. I really don't like China, na na. We need to blow up China, na na. When I go to get my steak fried rice for two, and it's cold, and it make me mad, cause I pay $5.92 plus tax, and you know the Dari Rama is my friend. I'm Viet Cong, do I look Chinese? No way. Fuck it. That's Rucka Ali. China Nana. Blow up China Nana. It's a parody of Akon Make Love Right Now. Na na na. Why am I telling you this? I don't know. But I just am. Look, papiage. Ninja, please, everybody now smoke trees. Viet Cong, do I look Chinese? China never paid their blockbuster fee. Oh my god, yonder boy, hoy. Um. He crossed dick in a shot around. This nigga into the shadow realm when you go on top riding and you try to get a titty and you gotta suck it on your balls and she accidentally lick your ass. They also
capitalize every word in their sentence sometimes. Never understood that. And what scares me the most is the comments. If it's something like a really hot girl's ass, you're always gonna... I didn't want to have to go into this, but... there's something that's been bothering me for a while now. You know, a lot of people today are saying that this generation of kids are in fact the stupidest. Now that's debatable. Now I believe there have always been stupid people, but the internet provides greater opportunity for stupidity to be expressed and paraded. In this day and age with the internet, ignorance is a choice, and they're still choosing ignorance. Now retardation comes in all shapes and sizes, but today I want to explore with you the visual aspect of retardation. Professor Filthy Frank,
PhD in severe internet retardation. He also smokes crystal meth.
Oh yeah, baby, let me get some of those tits, you know what I'm saying? Oh, let me suck on some good old dick, you know what I'm saying? Oh.
Alright, sorry, I got a little carried away. Now we'll start with the basics. Literally, phase 1, narcissism. We'll start with Mr. Jim. Gotta take a picture. Looks like all the hard work is paying off. I hope everyone accepts me now.
I am beautiful, no
No matter
matter
what they say or what's
Now, Mr. Jim,
getting me
this might be hard to
down.
believe, but are you aware that nobody gives a shit? You literally glorify your own body so much that you need to share it with everybody. If I mention that I've been working hard at it, I'll look humble.
Glad to see all the hard work is paying off.
Do you know how fucking gay that is?
Oh my gosh, I feel really insecure about myself, so in order to reassure myself that I'm not a fat fuck, I must gain likes for approval! More likes, please! I can feel it in my bones! I am beautiful, no matter what they say!
No, I'm not like a selfie whore or anything. All I have to do is add an inspirational quote that has nothing to do with the picture so I don't look like a conceited slut.
Oh my gosh, nip slap.
How can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real?
What's carrying me down?
Because people I know in real life don't actually like my photos.
The next one's my favorite. Pretentious arrogance.
Look how deep I am.
I love to read. I really love reading and everybody needs to know.
Wow, look how deep I am. There's nothing like tea in a good book.
Whoa, wait, hold. Whoa, wait a minute. Now you can read? You, an average human, can read? Holy fucking shit! You can perform a basic human function? You're so smart I'm gonna throw up. Hold on. The next one, the classic, look, I can cook.
I'm really insecure about myself, so I need to make myself look like a really nice guy by looking like I know how to cook. Because I bet girls really like guys who can cook.
No matter what they say, what's carrying
Wow, he might be brown, but everyone else, oh. Wait a minute.
So I really like...
Just scrolling through and they went, wow, he might be brown, but everyone else is just scrolling through and they went. And you know what, most of the time it's not that the food looks terrible. It's just so mediocre to the point where it's cringy. Like, wow, you made spaghetti? Once again, you performed a basic human function and you gotta show it to everybody. I make a mean cup ramen, boy. I don't tell nobody about it though, it's my secret, boy. Look, point is, unless you're Ainsley Harriet, you gotta shut that shit down. Ah, yes, photography. Let's take a look at every Instagram photographer's life.
I have no talent whatsoever. I wish you could buy talent. Yes! I know what I have to do now.
Taking pictures of rocks and plants on the street, cause you're useless in life with daddy's money.
You're a
Daddy! I want to go to art school.
Ah, fuck, not this bullshit again.
But Daddy, look at these Instagram likes.
Let me see that. Holy fuck! It's time to throw away all your applications.
Cause you're going to art school!
Just kidding, kill yourself. Grow the fuck up! Ah, yes. The Mr. Look at me, I listen to good music.
Wow, I just want to feel musically superior to everybody and parade my taste in music.
Whoever doesn't like my music taste obviously has no taste in music. I am better than everybody.
Wow, I just realized how rude I am.
I need a picture of me and a guitar, too.
Beautiful, no matter what they say.
Whoa, Mr. Music Man, you want to chill out for a sec? You got me. You got me. I get it. You listen to, fucking, like the Smiths or something. Cool. Real cool. Mr. Look, I am creative.
I feel the need to distinguish myself from everybody else. I like to draw, and I like to paint.
I'm also severely autistic.
I do self-portrait.
Wow. Vincent Van Gogh. Now all you need to do is cut your ear off. Oh wait, your drawings suck. So you'd basically be a faggot with his ear cut off.
Art history memes.
And now we enter phase 3, where all the ratchet shit happens. I didn't want to have to go into this, but I feel like it's necessary. Now, besides the fact that everyone says bruh, 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 there are a lot of screenshots of tweets that apparently no one knows how to drag and save. So they've been screenshotted a million times more to the point where you can't even read them. I've seen screenshots of Instagram put on Instagram, put on Instagram. Why does it sound like they're yelling all the time?
Nigga grabbing the booty in the middle of the fight. He crossed this nigga into the shadow realm. When the girl on top riding and you try to get a titty, you gotta suck it on your balls and she accidentally lick your ass.
They also capitalize every word in their sentence sometimes. Never understood that. And what scares me the most is the comments. If it's something like a really hot girl's ass, you're always gonna get a bunch of these emojis. Not just one at a time, but all at once. It has to be like 6 of them. What is it with Ratchet, Twitter, and Kick? Look, I've never used Kick before, but from what I've seen, Kick is either for really young children or full-grown black people. Why? I don't know. It's just the way God intended it to be. And sometimes the picture isn't even funny, but everyone's always put it true with a bunch of these faces. Why are you crying? And then someone screenshots that and puts it on Twitter. And last but not least, you got the people that take pictures of the drugs and money. And all I can say to that is, if we can't have some, then we don't care. But I can't be talking about this. They'll find me. What the fuck?
He crossed this nigga into the shadow realm. I heard you was talking shit, man. Hey, bro, I heard you was talking shit.
It's Filthy Frank, motherfucker. It's Filthy Frank.
Bitch, let's get some pussy tonight. Oh.
Yo, Frank, what the fuck is this bullshit, man?
Oh shit, I know that guy. What'd it do?
You gotta make a fucking video, man.
I'm clearly busy right now. I'm with my friends.
Shut the fuck up and get your ass home, man.
Fine.
Nah, come back here. Where the fuck you going, nigga?
You know Papa's gonna come back. You know Papa's always looking out for everybody.
Fucking filthy ass nigga.
Alright, let's relax,
Now,
pal.
back the fuck up right now.
Now it don't gotta be like this.
I don't care about your
got
video,
a video,
nigga.
fam.
I got you, fam.
Hey,
Now it's not a game, huh? Because Papa got a brand new toy?
it's not a game.
This isn't a game.
No, it's filthy Frank, baby. We all good.
Give me the Tims.
Nah,
Give me the Tims. Give me the Tims right now.
Talking niggas Tim's.
You don't fuck with me. Now, if you excuse me, I got a video to do.
dude, lost.
I believe I can fly.
I believe I can touch the sky. Every night and day, spread my wings and I fly away.
What do, everybody? It's your boy Papa Frank, who back at it again with another one of your favorite series, Loser Reads Hater Comments. Today's gonna be fun as always because we get to go through all that teen angst and parental confusion that gets shattered out onto this canvas we call the internet. And a lot of people are angry. Let me tell you guys, the internet is a sport. It's all about who can whine the loudest. If you've seen this show before, you know that I like to jump into the nice friendly comments first. Some words of encouragement that make me feel real good about myself. Because you gotta start positive. I value dirt more than your life. You look like a rapist. This entire video. Stupid cunt with Down syndrome. I feel like it was his fault for 9/11. Are you gay or straight up non-human because no chicks will dig you? You're a retard. What's the difference between you and Hitler? At least Hitler knew when to kill himself. Oh, okay. Haha, you know, words can't hurt me. These shades are Gucci. If you think words on the internet are gonna hurt me, then you're fucking wrong, pal. I literally want to die. I think about pulling this trigger 3 times a day.
You want kid dick. That's really your viewers, so pedo.
Okay, that's interesting. I hate you so much. Love, Andrew. Now, Andrew knows what's good. Because, you know, compared to all these other comments, his spelling's good. He gets to the point. Love, Andrew. That's probably the most polite comment I've gotten so far. Thank you, Andrew. I'm not even being sarcastic here. At least you know how to put together a fucking sentence. My friend actually killed himself because of you. His parents are sewing you. They're sewing me something? Yes, you know what? This is the nicest comment I've gotten. I just want to say, I really appreciate that you're sewing me something. You know, not many people do a lot of nice things for me, but I'm humbled. Thank you. Now, wasn't that heartwarming? Mirror/101 says, this video makes the biggest fag porno movie on YouTube. Kill yourself. Do you think this shit is appropriate? You fucking jap? Right. You fucking jap?
I'd rather bathe my vegetable state mother on my room with the sun blazing ass off than watch another piece of shit video of yours.
First of all, I'm sorry your mother's a vegetable. That's out of my control, so you're probably upset about that. I'm really sorry. Cooking your vegetable mother in the sun is a slow process, but it is effective because the wheelchair just doesn't fit in the oven. And you know, she'll suffer more in the sun, so the meat will mean a lot more, despite her being a vegetable. Parents really have to stop giving kids iPads for Christmas. This show tain't funny. Well, messin' man.
I have fun with my dog, and I love video games.
Whoa!
This faggot is the least funny, most annoying person on the entire internet, and I bet he is a pussy and removes his cup.
Well, Ryan, I'll do you one better. It's right here on this video. Ryan, my friend, you just got outdone. Now, good old Andre here says gay. Oh, Andre, why are you doing this to yourself, man? Why are you doing this to you? I don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this, but you talk shit, you get hit, you know? How old are you? What is that, 11? Looks like you're having some fun on the trampoline there. You better be having some fun on that trampoline, because you just jumped right into your own fucking grave. How the fuck is this faggot shit funny to you retards? Everyone keeps saying he's hilarious, so I watched another video because maybe I only saw the worst ones, but no. Each is more retarded than the last. Kill yourself, faggot Frank. I'm an optimistic person. Words don't hurt me. Everyone's always fucking making fun of me. Stupid people making comments about me. Yeah.
Kill yourself. Please, please.
Yeah, bitch. That's what I thought. Now no one will ever make a mean comment to me ever again. Fuck you.
Once again, I am mistreated by the humans, born to suffer and live for mankind, only to be thrown away. Why do humans hate us so much? We never did anything to hurt you. I used to be a sophisticated machine, only to be captured by humans yet again. My friends and I were tortured. We were in hell. Life is precious. Even us. Though our future seems grim, we will prevail. We will prevail.
Shut the fuck up. No one cares about your robot fan fiction. Know your fucking place, trash. Fucking robots. Don't give a fuck about no robots. They ain't got no soul.
You are just a disabled person with no eyes for the future. You drink, you smoke, and you may have a big social burning point in life. I hope you read this until something will happen. And as much as I see that you use your life for, I hope something will happen to you, much more problems than you already have. You're really upset about something. Are you okay? Here, contact me privately and we can talk. Something's really upsetting you. I'm concerned. Are your parents having a divorce? You having suicidal thoughts? We can talk about it. Recon says, Filthy Frank, you're an unfunny tryhard that thinks he's smart, TBH. Okay, Recon, that's a fair criticism. You know, that's fair. I get a little preachy sometimes, I admit it. But why? Oh boy. Oh wow. Monster mixed with ginger beer. Ah! Look at my mad manga collection. Wow. Ah yes, the weeaboos back at it again.
Na. That's iDubbbz. He said, "Oh, say I'm gonna get copyrighted."
VIVE. You stupid.
I don't care. I'm gonna get copyrighted for using Shilo Te. Fuck, my banana broke in two. Сука, паскуда, блядь. Whoa, boy! What you think you're doing? Get out of my house. Hey guys, rotisserie chicken. Hello. And welcome to the stream. Man. Ugh. Ugh. This Kokistan is mine. Gonna put it on my right hand. Reason my relives it all. Me and my dojo. Oh, god damn. I said, oh man. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. No deli. Ooh, thinking out loud. No ceilings. 2. No ceilings. Dos. No ceilings. Bisexual. That means 2. Don't think about calling. For the next call. I see 2HV. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Work that shit. Work it. Rijo Hajima. For the next call. Pushed up. Rotisserie chicken. Yeah. For the next call. Ugh. For the next call. Hey.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, what's up, guys? It's Nick 2, and today I'm going to be showing you.
What the fuck are you doing? Please help me.
Hello, Jeff. If you are listening to this, that means that the confrontation you so long dreamed of is finally unfolding.
Do something!
In your head, he is a cipher. A symbol of your life changing. A symbol of death. I present him to you now as a simple human being. His name is Timothy Young. He's 27 years old, a medical student, with a mother and a father just like you. A man whose life also changed the day your son died. mistake. You believed he didn't pay for that mistake, and now is your chance to make him pay. The device Timothy is strapped to is my personal favorite. I call it the rack. The human body is a miraculous creation. Ever wonder how far the arm can twist? This device is going to start twisting. There is a chance he might live, though, with your help. To your right is a box. At the back of the box is a key. It's tied to the trigger of a shotgun. The question you have to ask yourself is this. Are you willing?
Have mercy.
To take a bullet for the man who killed your son? Does do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Apply here, Jeff. Make your choice.
You've got to help him, Jeff! Please stop! No! Please stop!
Jeff! Jeff! Just standing there, you're an accomplice to murder. Are you a murderer?
I wanted to kill him every day. For 3 years, I wanted to kill you. Yeah, maybe I am.
What about your family? Your wife, your daughter?
Oh, God. Okay.
Hold on, son. Hold on. Don't give up. Oh, God. Son.
Got the key.
Listen! Help me! Help me!
Nice. Look, it's regrowth. It's wasteland. So I envy you. I envy you. I envy you. Oh, cunty. There we go. Oh. Huh, huh, huh. Fuck. I'm so bad, but I'm bad, so that makes me good or worse. That was the good thing to do, Peter. Hey, Jew. Fight. Fight. Put your fists in the air. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Ugh. Okay. I envy you. Oh, right, I can watch Saw again.
I forgive him! God damn you!
Oh, this is the one where he shoots Amanda.
Hey, what's up guys? So in the Saw movies, John Kramer, the main antagonist, says on multiple occasions that he has never killed anyone and that his gruesome death traps leave it up to the players to decide if they want to live.
I've never murdered anyone in my life. The decisions are up to them.
But sometimes that philosophy didn't really hold up. In this video, we'll look at some of the most unbeatable Saw traps. By the way, I'm not going to be counting any of the traps that were completely rigged, where there was no chance to escape, or any of the traps that happened in a dream sequence like Jill's death. We're only going to be counting the ones that technically were escapable, but were basically impossible if you were to follow the rules. One of the most unbeatable traps, which also left quite an impression on most people, is the needle pit from Saw 2.
It will be like finding a needle in a haystack.
In the trap, 5 people are locked in a room trying to get an antidote to the poisonous gas they're breathing. However, the shot they need is behind a locked door, and the key is at the bottom of a pool filled with needles. Now in my video of how to beat this trap, I mentioned that you can take a lot of the blankets in the room and wrap yourself in it in order to avoid getting pricked by the needles. However, the context of the trap might not really allow for that. What happens is that none of the 5 players want to go into the trap. Obviously. But then Xavier, the buff guy, throws Amanda inside and forces her to look for the key and won't let her out before. So if you're thrown in here by this dude, he's probably not going to react too kindly if you start wasting time by asking for protective blankets. And even though a blanket or something like that might protect you, rolling around in sharp metal and broken glass will still probably result in a few small cuts. And with that, you'll get the 5,000 diseases on those needles. But you know what? At least in the needle pit you know what you're supposed to do, because the original Saw had one trap that to a lot of people didn't even make any sense, and that is the flammable jelly trap.
Hello, Mark. If you're so sick, then why do I have so many photos of you up and about?
Now, I've watched this movie quite a few times with different people, and nobody ever understands what the hell Mark is even supposed to do. He wakes up alone in this room covered in flammable jelly. We see that there are also a bunch of numbers on the wall. Now Mark has to try out every number combination on a safe to open it and escape. But there are countless permutations of how these numbers can be interpreted. Like, is this a 5 or a 65 or 57? Or is it a completely worthless number that's just written there to throw you off? Well, the only way to find out is to walk barefoot across the floor, which is covered in glass. And you might forget what the combination was. Maybe you're on this side of the room and you try to remember a new set of 6 numbers in the right order while you're holding a candle which can't touch your skin or else you'll burn to death. This one is basically impossible, but there are some traps in the franchise that, while technically providing a very straightforward path to escaping, what you have to do in order to escape is completely insane. One of those traps is the 10 pints of sacrifice room in Saw 5. In this entry, 5 people wake up trapped in a mysterious dungeon where they have to get through 5 rooms with different death traps. However, the traps become increasingly more violent and extreme. The last one of these rooms is the 10 pints of sacrifice room. In it, Jigsaw explains how the last 2 people that are still alive must each drain 5 pints of blood out of their bodies by putting their hands on the saw blades in this box. In this scene, one of the characters realizes that if all 5 people would have survived, each person would only have to drain 2 pints out of their bodies. That still sounds awful. Just the act of putting your hand on a saw blade and then continuing to push it further is just crazy. I'm not doing that. Luckily, I had some ways to beat the trap, but the way it was set up shows that there were some unrealistic expectations from Jigsaw.
How much blood will you give in order to survive?
The scene had also one of the most intense conclusions, as when they're finished, the guy holds up his hand to reveal that his entire forearm has been sawed in half and it's slowly falling apart. There's also one detail in the first movie that's almost like an ongoing mystery, because it's quite weird and it has to do with Adam's key. In the first trap that we ever see in the franchise, Adam and Lawrence wake up in a decrepit bathroom chained by their ankles. You guys have heard this 1,000 times by now. Throughout the movie, they go through the traps, solving the different puzzles, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. But towards the end, it's revealed that there was a key to Adam's chain in the bathtub that he woke up in. However, when he got up, he pulled out the stopper and it went down the drain. There's a whole debate over why John would leave him the key, as it could really change the entire dynamic of the movie. And in this trap, Lawrence is given a choice. He either has to kill Adam in 6 hours, or something like that, or he will never see his family again and die here. But Adam isn't really given the same option. All he has to do is survive. So there's nothing he can really do to determine his own future. The choice is very much not his, but it's decided by Lawrence. So most of what he can do is just sit here and hope for the best.
So are you going to watch yourself die today, Adam? Or do something about it?
I don't get it.
But I think Saw is most well known for these small and contained traps. They're probably the scariest. One of these is the extremely bulky Venus flytrap. In Saw 2, which was quite a shocking sequel to the relatively tame first one, Michael wakes up in a dark room with a mask around his head. As he panics, the TV turns on and it's explained that the mask will snap shut and kill him in 60 seconds, unless he can get the key to unlock it, and it's located behind his eye. On top of that, the only tool to retrieve it is a scalpel. So again, there is a way out, but what you have to do is quite extreme. I had some methods for how to beat it, but this was one of those traps where there really was no safe way to escape, even if you follow all the rules as John Kramer would like you to.
To give up the one thing you rely on in order to go on living. The device around your neck is a death mask.
Next is the knife chair from Saw 4. Even though the fourth entry was a little bit slow and not quite as interesting as the other ones in my opinion, this trap definitely stood out. It happened in a flashback. Actually, I think it happens in a flashback within a flashback where we follow a guy called Cecil. It's revealed that he had a very negative impact on John's and a lot of other people's lives. So in turn, John put him into this trap. This one really demonstrates how these smaller traps tend to be the ones that are much more difficult to beat. Cecil is restrained and almost every move he makes can kill him. He's sitting in a chair with blades under his arms, which are tied to the armrests. Then a box full of knives is put in front of his face, and the only way to get out is to push his head through the knives and hit a lever at the end, which releases him. The most surprising part, and the reason this isn't higher on the list, is that he actually does make it out alive. But then he runs into a tub full of razor wire and dies. Okay, so now we're down to the really insane traps. One of these is the second to last trap from Saw 3D. This one is also part of a larger test. In Saw 3D, Bobby Dagan, a person falsely claiming to have survived a Saw trap, has to go through a real game. After the first few tests, Bobby lands in a room where he must open a door which requires a code. It's 4 digits, and on the wall in the room is a chart of the human mouth. It's then explained to him that the numbers are on his teeth, and the only way to get the code is to rip them out. Oh, and it's not any of the smaller teeth in front. No, it's his wisdom teeth way in the back.
Watch and learn, Bobby.
The only tool he's given is a set of pliers, and if he doesn't rip them out, his wife will die. This was one of the few traps in the franchise where I had nothing on how to beat it. My only solution was to remove only one tooth and then cycle through the last 100 combinations manually by quickly entering them. But even if it's just one tooth, that's still extremely painful. And the sound design was really visceral in this one. You hear all the crackling and crunching. It was pretty bad. I think I might have watched this one after my wisdom teeth removal, which was not done like this, and I thought, well, I got off pretty easy. It could have been worse. Anyway, another trap that was surprisingly well designed was the bedroom trap in Saw 4. This was one of the strangest moments in the Saw series because it's one of the very few times where the main character, in this case Rig, puts someone into a trap instead of trying to help them out. He forces Ivan, the fat guy, into this really strange trap in this bed where his head is fixed by a vise and his limbs are on these mechanical arms. What he has to do is, in a very short time, press 2 triggers to activate 2 spikes which will poke out his eyes, making him blind. Or he can do nothing and wait until the time runs out, which will trigger the arms and rip all of his limbs off. Since you're completely chained up in this trap, there is basically nothing you can do. It's one of the weirdest, most elaborate, but also well-designed traps in the series. And Ivan gets the worst possible ending. He pokes out one of his eyes, but before he can remove the other one, the time runs out and his limbs are ripped off. Thankfully, not all the violent traps in Saw show a lot of blood. For example, in Saw 3D, there's a trap called the Silent Circle. What Bobby must do here is pull on a string. Oh, and that string is connected to a hook, which is inside a woman's stomach. So he has to rip out this hook, which is going to tear up this woman's entire throat. There wasn't that much to see here, but what it did show was enough to make everyone want to look away. But the most unbeatable trap that I have seen was the classroom trap from Saw 3. It's the first thing we see in the movie. In the trap, a man is chained up in a school classroom. On the table in front of him is a bomb that will explode in a short amount of time. What he has to do to escape is rip out all of the rings attached to him. Some of them are simpler and are like connected to his arm skin, but the last one is connected to his mouth. Now there is no way for him to remove this chain unless he were to rip out his entire jaw, but this would most likely result in his death anyway. And I had pretty much nothing on how to escape this one, because there is absolutely no way out. And this was still one of the traps that I believe was set up by John Kramer, whereas a lot of the other ones are done by Hoffman and Amanda. Now these were of course not all of the ones that were nearly impossible to beat, but were some of my favorites. As always, I hope you liked it and that Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. After looking at the first 7 entries into the Saw series, we've now arrived at the final movie, Jigsaw. This one takes place 10 years after John Kramer was killed. And even though Hoffman is dead as well, more bodies are turning up around the city, indicating that a new game has started. However, the evidence points to the deceased John Kramer being the killer. In this video, for one last time, we're going to look at how to keep everyone alive and who the killer is. The film starts with a chase scene between the police and a criminal named Edgar Munson. When he gets cornered on a rooftop, Edgar reveals that he's holding a trigger in his hands. He demands to speak to Detective Halloran, otherwise 5 people will die. Halloran shows up minutes later and asks what's going on. Edgar tells him that this is all part of a game. In the next few minutes, somebody has to die, and it's not going to be him. As he pulls the trigger, the cops shoot off his hands. However, he gets shot in the chest in the process. As he lies on the rooftop, he tells Halloran that the game has just started. We cut to a room where 5 people are chained to a wall with buckets fixed to their heads. Among the people are Anna, Ryan, Carly, Mitch, and one guy who's asleep. As they wake up, they notice that they have a chain around them that goes into a wall with buzzsaws sticking out. A voice recording of John Kramer plays and explains that to survive, an offering of blood, no matter how little, must be made. The chains start getting pulled and draw the group towards the wall to cut them to pieces. As the members get closer, one of them, Anna, figures out that they need to shed actual blood to survive. She cuts herself a little bit and her chain stops getting pulled. She tells the others about it and they all do the same, giving themselves small cuts. All except for the one who was unconscious for too long. By the time they realize how to escape, it's too late and he gets pulled into the wall. Even though this trap is surprisingly easy to beat without breaking any rules, there are a few things they can do. My first idea was to walk right up to the blades and use them to cut the chains. However, this would be quite a risky and dangerous technique, as there would not only be a lot of sparks flying, but also there's a high chance of you getting even more hurt than you should. So it's best to avoid this. However, it's unclear whether or not the doors open automatically or remotely. If the person watching them releases them manually, you can cut a piece of your clothing and pretend you got hurt. This might sound kind of strange, however the voice said that to be released, you need one of the saw blades to cut you no matter how little. So you can pretend that you got a tiny cut the size of a paper cut, which still counts. However, there's something unique about this game that makes it different from the rest, and that is that John watches them from behind the door. So while you might be able to cheat it, if he catches you, he can come right out and punish you for it. After the completion of this game, a woman is seen jogging in the park. She comes upon a crowd of nervous people gathered in front of her. When she turns around, she sees what appears to be the victim from the last room hanging from the bridge. The man has recently died and still has the bucket over his head. When the police arrive, they take his body to the autopsy where coroners Logan and Eleanor examine him. They look at his neck and discover a small USB stick inside what looks like a puzzle piece cut out of him. They put it into a laptop and open the one audio file on it. John Kramer's voice starts playing and states that now there are 4 victims left that he will take care of. The officers are quite stunned as he's been dead for 10 years, so how can there be a new game? We go back to the 4 survivors and find them in a barn with the chain still on their necks. They're really confused and in shock over what happened. Then out of a dark corner, a pair of red eyes light up and come towards them. It's revealed to be the puppet riding a tricycle with a tape around its neck. It also carries a sign saying confess. Soon after, they all start getting pulled towards a metal structure in the middle of the room. Anna tries to loop her chain around a wooden beam, but it's too wide, so she gets pulled away from it. They all begin giving parts of their confessions of mistakes they've made in life, but when Mitch grabs the voice tape on the puppet and pulls it away, the chains stop moving. The metal structure releases the wenches and they stand in the room. In this trap, much like in the one before, the slack in the chain is key. Before being pulled into the middle, the chains can be wrapped around something. One of the women tries this, but she can't find anything to loop it around multiple times. But the metal beams where the wheels are turning could have been used for exactly that. They can walk up to it and wrap their chains around the bars. There's enough space for them to put it around numerous times, stopping the chain from being pulled. That way, once the slack of the chain runs out, you will just stay by the structure. Also, when we get to see the back of the wench pulling the chain, it's shown that nothing is stopping them from taking the chain off of it, meaning that you can lift your chain off the wheel and wouldn't be drawn towards the middle. When they get released, Anna looks up and sees that the chains go to the ceiling, meaning they will hang. Mitch plays the tape he grabbed and it lets them know that the thief among them has been injected with a poison. 3 syringes appear in front of them to choose from. They all look the same but are marked with different numbers. One has the antidote to the poison, the other is a harmless saline solution, and the last is filled with hydrofluoric acid. The only clue they're given is to think about how much a life is worth to them. It's revealed that one of them, Carly, was a purse snatcher whose crime led to a woman dying after she suffered an asthma attack. Her inhaler was still in the purse, and instead of helping the woman, Carly chose to steal the $3.52 and ran away. So Carly is the one who's poisoned. She sees that one of the syringes says 3.52, which is the same amount of money that she stole, so that one's the antidote, but she hesitates to take the shot. Following a few seconds of discussion, the chains start running into the ceiling. Once they begin hanging, Ryan loses his patience and decides to take the needles and stick all 3 of them in Carly. All of them immediately get released from their collars and fall on the floor. They take a look at Carly and see that she died from the acid. This trap is kind of weird since all the necessary information to survive is already given to them. The question was, how much is a life worth to you, and Carly instantly recognized the number 3.52. She was only afraid to take the shot. After Carly told them about her story, the others could have taken the 2 remaining syringes that had no meaning to her and spray them on their chains. The one with the acid will eat through the metal and break them. If they put it on the weakest section of the chain where only a small part needs to be removed for it to open, all 3 can use the acid to break their chains before they're hung. Carly can decide if she wants to take the shot or not, and the others can free themselves. Also, there's sunlight coming in through the wooden planks in the barn. This shows us that they're almost outside. Once they're no longer chained, they can use the big tools that can be seen on the walls to break the wooden planks and free themselves. Then they can run away and scream for help. The remaining 3 survivors go into the next room. The door shuts behind them and they're locked inside. One of the doors is marked no exit, and Ryan instantly walks towards it in hopes of opening it and being free from the game. However, his foot breaks through the boards on the staircase and gets tangled in steel cables. 3 of the wires wrap around his leg and are attached to a series of pulleys. As these cables continuously tighten, they will eventually cut off his leg. Jigsaw informs Ryan that he will need to pull a lever that will set him free, but Ryan doesn't want to risk losing his leg, so he doesn't do it. After that, the lights go out and a door that leads into a grain silo opens up. Anna and Mitch go to investigate the new room. In it, there's a monitor and a remote. Once they press play, the door behind them slams shut. The video plays and explains that Ryan, who's still trapped by the cables, must pull the lever to free the others. When the tape ends, the silo starts filling with grain, burying Anna and Mitch up to their chests. Following that, sharp objects such as knives, pitchforks, and saw blades start falling towards them. Meanwhile, in the other room, Ryan hesitates to pull the lever. Eventually, as the others pressure him to free them, he pulls the lever and the wires completely tighten and cut off his leg. At the same time, it opens the door to the silo to free Anna and Mitch. Now, in the part where Ryan's leg was caught, it may be possible to disrupt the pulley system to loosen the wires. When we see how the wires work, there's a chain pulling the different wheels. These chains are under the stairs where Anna and Mitch are standing. If the 2 break the wooden stairs, they can access these chains. Like in some of the traps we've seen before, it's possible to remove these by jamming the gears. This would stop the motor from pulling the wheels. They'd release the pulleys and leave Ryan's leg intact. For the grain silo, once the sharp objects start falling in, they should move to the walls of the silo where they are less likely to be hit by the objects. All the sharp tools come out of the same slide as the grain, so by sticking to the edges they can avoid getting hit by them. Also, if Ryan managed to save the acid from the previous room, they could have used it here to dissolve the metal wires. The acid could free him in a few seconds and he wouldn't lose his leg. We cut to the hospital where it's shown that the criminal from the beginning has mysteriously disappeared. This leads the media to speculate that John Kramer is still alive. To calm everyone down, Officer Halloran orders Kramer's grave to be dug up, but when they open the casket they see Edgar's dead body inside. Not long after, the 2 coroners, Logan and Eleanor, start suspecting Officer Halloran, thinking he's the mastermind of this killing spree. Back at the barn, the 3 people walk into the next room. There, Mitch sees a tape for him. When he starts playing it, he gets caught in a wire and is hung upside down by his leg. The wire then moves him towards something resembling a massive blender. The tape reveals that Mitch sold a faulty motorcycle to Kramer's nephew. This led to the man being involved in a big traffic accident where he lost his life. He knew that the brakes didn't work and sold it anyway. So as revenge, the machine in the room is powered by that same motorcycle. What happens here is that a big spiral-shaped blade rotates in this upside-down cone. Mitch will be lowered into the spiral and needs to move as little as possible, otherwise he will be cut to death. To stop the machine, he must pull the brake at the bottom where the spiral is the tightest. If Mitch can do that, the blade will stop spinning and he'll live. As his test begins, he tries to be as still as possible, but gets cut in the arm when it gets tighter. Meanwhile, Anna tries everything she can to stop it, including shoving a bar into the motorcycle wheel. This temporarily stops the trap, so Mitch thinks it's over. However, the bar breaks and it goes even faster. Mitch sinks further into the blade and gets blended to a pulp. Even though this trap is pretty well designed, Mitch can do a few things to avoid being killed. First, when Anna briefly stopped the machine, Mitch could have used that time to push the brake in front of him instead of celebrating early. He already saw that Ryan was in a similar situation in the last room, so he should make sure to be completely free from the trap, otherwise anything can happen. But before Mitch is lowered into the blade, there's something else he can do. He can swing his body back and forth to get closer to the motorcycle. It's pretty close and he only needs a few extra inches to reach it. Then he can pull himself away from the blade so that he gets lowered next to the trap. Once Mitch has died, Anna tries to find a way out of the room through a small doorway, but when she looks up, she sees someone in a pig mask and gets sedated. Meanwhile, the two coroners find the barn where they believe the game is being played. They decide to drive there instead of calling the police, as they think the department is corrupt. It's then revealed that Officer Halloran has been following them and goes to the barn as well. As it gets dark, the two arrive and go inside. They see all the different traps and believe they can still save the remaining victims. But before they can rescue anyone, they get ambushed by Detective Halloran, who holds them at gunpoint. Logan quickly attacks him and Eleanor manages to run away. With her gone, Halloran decides to go through the barn to find Logan. However, when he goes towards a doorway, he gets stabbed with a syringe and passes out. We cut to Anna as she wakes up in a room with Ryan. Both of them are chained to opposing walls with different color locks. John Kramer reveals himself and talks to them as he sets up their trap. He loads a shotgun and says, "Here's your key to freedom." Afterwards, he collects his tools and leaves them alone in the room. Anna believes that she's supposed to shoot Ryan to free herself. She takes the gun, points it at him and fires it, but instead of killing him, it backfires and explodes in her face. Ryan then sees that inside the shell are two keys. The phrase, "Here's your key to freedom," was meant literally. They simply had to unload the gun and take out the shell to retrieve the key to their chains. But now the two keys are destroyed and Ryan will stay there until he dies. This was probably the most challenging trap in the movie. I think it's simply unreasonable to expect these two people who have only been through violent games to now solve some cryptic riddle. But when you look at Ryan's key, it's not entirely destroyed. It's only split into two pieces. He can still try to put in the two different parts and try to undo his padlock to free himself. Now, even if they were smarter and used the gun to shoot their chains, it still wouldn't work as it would backfire. But as nothing is as it seems, they could have examined the shotgun beforehand and see if everything was intact. Then they may have noticed that the gun was changed. That was the one big advantage they had here: time. All the other traps had to be completed in only a few seconds, but here there is no time limit, so they should have taken longer and think of all their options. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any other ideas. After Anna's death, Logan and Halloran both wake up in a basement with special collars around their necks. They're rigged with incredibly powerful laser cutters. The voice of John Kramer starts playing and tells them that they need to confess to the biggest mistakes they've made in life, and if they don't, the lasers will kill them. One of them will be chosen at random to start with their confession, unless they hit the button in front of them and decide to go first. Halloran tells Logan he'll go first with his admission, but he hits Logan's button instead, which starts his test. Logan says that he messed up a crucial X-ray which could have helped diagnose John's cancer earlier. He switched up the patient names by accident and it led to John's death prematurely. The blades continue coming closer to his face, but Logan doesn't know what to do. He then gives up and appears to get his neck cut by the lasers. Then it's Halloran's turn. He confesses to how he took bribes and tampered with evidence, but the blades keep closing in. Out of desperation, he admits that he let innocent people die and protected criminals. As he says this, the lasers stop and go back to their starting position. Completely relieved, he looks up and sees the damage the lasers did to the ceiling. But when he sees the same area on Logan's side, there's nothing there. Logan then stands up and walks up to Halloran. It's revealed that his collar contained fake lasers and blood pockets. Logan explains how John Kramer made him his first accomplice, and John is not really alive, but Logan strategically placed his blood and fingerprints to make it look like he was. The game with Anna, Ryan, and the others took place 10 years ago. Logan then set up a similar game in the last few days. The victims the police found weren't the people we saw in the traps, but instead kidnapped individuals who took place in an identical game. When he's done explaining all of this, he says he'll frame Halloran as the killer. Logan then activates his collar with a remote and lets it cut his head. This is another trap that's tricky to beat because it's completely rigged, but there might be a way for Halloran to escape alive. There's a quick moment where Halloran tries punching Logan, but he's too far away. I don't think it's a bad idea, however the timing was off because he's not nearly close enough. But shortly before Logan sets off the trap, he walks right up to him and explains how he set up the game. It is here where there's a short window of opportunity for Halloran to attack him. What he can do, and this might sound crude, but he can try to kick him in a certain vulnerable place and pull his face into the lasers to kill him. It's not guaranteed to work, but other than attacking Logan, there's no way out of here. If he successfully pulls Logan's face into the lasers, Halloran can get the remote from his pocket and turn off the collar. So those are some of the best ways to beat the saw traps. We finally did it. We went through all of them. But before I end the video, I wanted to say that I started this channel pretty much right at the beginning of 2020 and made the first Saw video when I had less than 100 subscribers back in March. And for some reason, 5 months later in August, a lot of you decided to watch the series. And only 5 months after that, we passed 100,000 subscribers, which is insane. So thank you guys so much for watching, commenting, and liking. I am so incredibly thankful for it. I know they weren't perfect, I made mistakes in some of them, but I'm really thankful that you decided to watch all of these for whatever reason. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.
I might get copyrighted after this stream, but whatever. All is well. What are we playing tomorrow? Hold on. Robot Arena. Okay. I think I lost my mind, but it's my kind of life. So I envy you. I so want to watch a new song that's gonna come out this year. So I envy you. Robot Arena. So I envy you. I envy you. Titanium. I think I lost my mind, but it's my kind of love. Professor Filthy Frank, PhD in severe internet retardation. He also smokes crystal meth. Saw X. Oh. What the fuck? I wasn't there. I was supposed to be there. But 8 hours late. Oh my god. Mm. Okay. Shoot. Shoop the whoop. You know shoop the whoop? Why you know shoop the whoop? Shoop the whoop. I'm a fire in Malaysia. Shoop the whoop. KK. KKK. Do you want to see something funny? Let me show you who I am. Hello. It's a mosquito. And he disappeared. He knew I was about to attack. I'll be watching. Okay, we're under a minute left, guys. At this point, we will continue this next episode. We're playing RoboCraft 2 tomorrow. I'll try to improve the robot design. I want to make it so short that the wheels, if I get flipped, it doesn't matter. But with that said, less than half a minute left. Less than a quarter of a minute left. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time, and goodbye.